Welcome back to the Steelcalc Basic Tutorials. Today we are going to learn how to build and create your reports from your currently open Steelcalc project. As you can see, we will be using the same project that we last created. So let's start. The Steelcalc Reporter will use all the records that you have entered into your project grid. As explained in Part 3, any hourly protections that have a blue database icon have records linked to them. To switch to another product, we click on the product name in Steelcalc Explorer. You can see with this product that 30-minute and 90-minute records are available in your currently selected product. The project grid is currently showing you the records for the 30-minute for product demonstration product 3. To start the report builder, we need to click on the sum icon that you will see in the project grid toolbar and also the main Steelcalc toolbar. You can also press your F5 key on your keyboard to start the report builder. We will click on the sum icon in the project grid toolbar to start the totals and report builder facility. When the totals and reports builder opens, you will see that your currently active product and selected hourly protection has already been selected for you. The report builder offers you several other facilities which we will go through in more details in another tutorial at a later date. For now, I will give you a brief description of each one. The first one is the notes editor, which is where you can key in any notes to all of your reports. The second facility enables you to key in and add your own disclaimer text that will appear at the end of your reports. The third facility will enable you to select another report once they have been built. The revision editor enables you to keep a numeric counter of the amount of times the report has been rebuilt. This number will appear on your reports. You have a few options that you can select to change the layout of your report. The first option allows you to print the notes and disclaimer on all your reports. If not selected, then the notes and disclaimer will not show. The second option enables you to print your records in the order that they were keyed into the Steelcalc project grid. The third option enables you to include the zone description with the Steel description. The Select Products for Reporting section allows you to select which products and which hourly protection you want to see in your reports. You need to have at least one selected for you to be able to build the reports. To select another product, we use the same process as we did when creating a new project. You can click with your left mouse button in the small box to the left of the product name and on the same line of the required hourly protection. To remove the selections of a whole product, then double-click with your left mouse button while hovering over the product name. Double-clicking again will select all the hourly protections for the selected product. Single-clicking with your left mouse button on the small box next to the product name will also remove the selections from your selected product. You can perform the same actions on any of the available products that appear in your products list. All the products and hourly protections that are selected will be used in your reports. For now, we will only use the product demonstration product 3 and the hourly protection of 90 minutes. When you have at least one product and hourly protection selected, then you will see that the button Build Project Totals has become enabled. We need to click on this button to start the process running. If you are working on a large project, then this might take a while. When the build process has finished, then the button Build Project Totals will be disabled until you select another set of products to report on. Also, once the build has finished, Steelcalc will display several lines of calculated data that has been calculated from your selected products. You can scroll up and down the list to see more details. As this is the first time of building the reports, we have not entered any costs into the project. As you can see in the Details and Totals section, everything is set to 0. For more details on your selected products, you can click on the Product Quantity Required tab. This contains a tree view of all your products that have been used in the report build. The Product Demonstration Product 3 with the hourly protection of 90 minutes has no steel sections that are coverable, and so everything is showing 0. We will now select the 30-minute records for the same product and run the build report process again. Once built, we will be able to see the calculation data for both the 30 and 90-minute data. When scrolling through the steel section info, we can see that there are sections that are coverable and also the count of sections that are not. To view more of the details, we can change the positions of the tiles. We do this by clicking on the small tile symbols located on the right side of each section. We can now see that in the Details and Totals section that we now have base coat and top seal showing in the list. This is because the 30-minute data contains top seal data. It is still 0 because we still haven't added any costs. We can now view the product quantity required data as we did before for the 90-minute data. This time we will see that we have values being displayed. The value displayed in brackets is the actual quantity required for the base coat demonstration product 3. We can now select each individual section by clicking on the small plus symbol. Container details will show you the total amount of containers required for your base coat. This quantity is the sum of the selected 30-minute and 90-minute loadings of the selected product. You can also see the amount of wastage that has been calculated. The top seal details will also show the container details for each top seal selected, and also the wastage, that's if you have entered a percentage value to use. After the totals and reports have been built, then you will see that the Build Project button is no longer enabled, but the other two buttons are now available. The button showing Bill of Quantity is where we will select the different available reports. The Cost Adjuster is where you can build all your required project costs. The Cost Adjuster will be shown in a later video. The Report button that is currently showing Bill of Quantity report is a drop-down button. If you click on the large button, then the report that is being displayed will be built. If you click on the small button on the right of the main button, then an options form will be shown. This form enables you to select the different reports that are available in Steelcalc. You have reports that will show costs, and you have reports that just show steel section details. These reports can be used on site. The lower part of the form allows you to select your printer options, change the date of the report, and there is an option to change the font style and size on your reports. To select a different report, we click on the round circle select box by the side of the report name that you require. Once you have selected your report, then you can click on the Preview Selected Report button. If the selected report is not the one you want, then you can change it. We will now select the Bill of Quantity report and click on the Preview Selected Report button. Steelcalc will start to format your report with the options that you have selected. A dialog box will show you the build process. Once completed, then the Steelcalc report viewer will be displayed. The default Steelcalc report viewer will look like this. The panel on the left-hand side will show you a thumbnail image of each available page on your report. After clicking on the thumbnail, then that page will be shown in the viewer. We will now look at the different selections you have in the main toolbar. You are able to zoom in and out on your report, or you can select from one of the preset values that are available in the drop-down box. Once you have selected your preferred zoom level, then we will go through the scroll functions that are available. Currently the report viewer is set up to have continuous page scroll. We can change this to just a single page view by using the main toolbar functions. Depending on your view width and the zoom option that you have selected, then the viewer can display more than one page at a time. You are also able to select how many pages that you would like to see at any one time. This will depend on the size of your screen viewer. As well as scrolling with your scroll bar, you can also click on the report page and drag the report up or down to scroll the section you would like to see into view. The other functions that are available are Print Report, Create PDF Report File, and Create Steelcalc RDF Report File. The first one is Print Report. This facility will output your report directly to your selected printer. The Steelcalc default printer form will show you your currently selected default printer and paper orientation. To output your report to your printer, click on the Print button. We will now go through the process on how to create a PDF report file. Click on the Create PDF Report File button. You will then see the Save PDF As dialog box. An automatically generated file name has been created for you. You can overtype this file name if required. Once you have entered your file name, then click on the Save button. When the Save button has been clicked, you will see a form for the PDF security. This form enables you to protect your PDF file from being opened by anyone else that does not have the password. You are able to disable this function by selecting the Don't Show This Again option. If you just click on the Continue button, then no password will be used. When you see this notification, then the PDF has successfully been created. You will be shown where the PDF is stored on your computer. If required, then you can ask Steelcalc to open up your Windows Explorer and show you the stored file. The other options in the Steelcalc report view are located in the top menu bar. The drop-down menus have the same functions that we have just used. The File drop-down menu is where you can click on Exit to close down the viewer. Printer is where you can change your printer settings. Tools is where you can select to print or create a PDF, and Help is where you get other information from the Steelcalc help file. To close the viewer, you can click on the small X at the top right of the form. Now that we are back at the Totals and Reports Builder, we can repeat the same procedures as we did to create the Bill of Quantity report. We will now select a summary report and view this report in the viewer. As you can now see, the viewer is showing the selected summary report. All the functions that were available in the Bill of Quantity report will function the same in the summary report. Use the Print report to output your report directly to your selected printer. Use Create PDF Report File to produce your required PDF file. Follow the same procedure as we did in the Bill of Quantity. Again, to exit, click on the small X at the top of the viewer form. You will now see that the Report button is labeled Summary Report. This will be the default report if you click directly on the main button. In the last part of this tutorial, I will quickly repeat how we select another report, how we change the report date, set up the default printer settings, we will change from portrait to landscape, show the Bill of Quantity and go back to portrait. We will then briefly go through some of the drop-down menus and facilities that are available to you. So let's start. As we were shown before, to select another report, click on the round circle next to the report you wish to see. If you wish to change the date of your report, then click on the drop-down calendar button and select your required date. You can use the Printer Setup button to change your default system printer. You will see when the form is open the name of your default printer and also the paper orientation you have selected. The Paper tab setting enables you to change your paper size. The Quality tab enables you to switch from best quality to draft quality. If draft quality is selected, then the report will show no highlighted color sections. The tab orientation gives you 3 options. You can use the orientation that is set up with your default printer, or you can override that setting by selecting either portrait or landscape. We will now select landscape and then print the Bill of Quantity report with this setting. You can now see that the Bill of Quantity report is in a landscape format. We will scroll through the report to show the difference in the report format. As well as selecting the Printer Setup facility using the drop-down Report button, we can also select the same facility from the drop-down menu Printer. We will now select Paper Orientation Portrait and view the Bill of Quantity report again. We are now back to the portrait format of the report. The Totals and Reports Builder offers several other facilities where you can change settings in your currently opened project. The Tools drop-down menu allows you to select some of those functions. You can also get to those functions by clicking with your right mouse button while hovering over the Select Product List view. With this menu you can select to start several of the available functions. You can also use the Select All Products function, which will automatically select all the products and their hourly protections in the product list view. You can also select not to have any product selected. The Options drop-down menu gives you a facility called Set Report Options. You can use this facility to change how your reports look. Set Report Options allows you to select different settings for your reports, and as you can see you have a wide selection of options to choose from. Some of the options will affect all reports where others will only affect one type of report. The All Reports tab enables you to hide certain data information if required. For example, you can hide all top seal information, or you can hide individual columns. The Summary Reports options will only change the summary report output. These options allow you to hide individual columns and change the order in which the product records are displayed. The top ranking options are used when creating a report in the Estimator's Assistant. This facility will be explained in another video. The Client's Report options enables you to change the cost setting calculation parameters. The Client's Report is used to show a total cost of each individual steel section that you have entered. Dividing all the costs individually into each section can change the output cost, so you can adjust the decimal places to fine-tune your values. You also have options to hide certain columns that you might not wish to show to others. The Containers options allows you to select how you wish your containers to be calculated. You can select not to use containers. If this is selected, then actual quantity requirements will be used. If containers are selected, then the actual quantity required will be rounded up to a full container size. The Report Styling options allows you to change the color scheme on your printed reports. You can change the title background colors and also the text color. This facility enables you to match your company's color scheme and personalize your reports to the way you would like them to look. The Page Break options allows you to select when a new page is created. This facility is only used if your report contains a summary page. This can help to save paper. The Application Rate options allow you to set up a project template on how Steelcalc creates application rates. The options selected in this facility will be passed to any new project that you create. If you wish to change any of these default settings in your project, then you will need to use the Project Setup facility. This facility will be explained in more detail in another video. The No Base Coat options enable you to set certain steel sections not to calculate the required DFT. The DFT will be set to 0. To use this function, all you need to do is add a hashtag in front of any zone description that you create. You will also need to select the Use Zero Base Coat options. The Material Quantity options allows you to change the look of the default report layout. When selecting any of these options, you can hide different parts of the report that you might not want others to see. If you have changed any of the options, then you will see the Apply button become enabled. To save the changes, then click on the Apply button. To exit the Set Report Options facility, then click on the Exit button or the X at the top right of the form. Also, in the drop-down menu options, you can select to change your default project settings. You can also select this facility in the data entry form on the main Steelcalc page. The settings in this facility will only affect your currently open Steelcalc project. The Project Setup facility enables you to change the project name and project address that you may have entered when you created your project. You can also change the default project unit, the wastage system type, and also the default wastage percentage value. Because you can set a different wastage percentage per product, then if you wish all your products to use the same percentage wastage value, then click on the Apply to All options. The Top Seal options allows you to enter a percentage wastage value that you might like to add to your top seals. This works the same way as it does for base coats. The Primer options allows you to enter 2 different primers that you might be using with your project. You manually enter all the primer details and then save the details to your Steelcalc project. You can make your own library of primers by using the export facility. If you have exported primer details, then you can use the import facility to automatically populate the primer details for you. The application rate options in this facility will only affect your currently open Steelcalc project. The default settings are created in the set report options that we saw in another part of this video. We will go into more details on this facility in another video. The container groups options allows you to set up which container sizes to use when a base coat product is supplied in one or more different container sizes like 5-liter or 20-liter containers. We will go into more detail on using this facility in another video. If you have changed any of the default settings, then the Update Project button will become enabled. Click on the Update button to save your changes. If you wish to change any of your report options, then click on the Set Report Options button. To exit this facility, then click on the Close button or click on the small X button at the top right of this form. Before we end this tutorial of the Totals and Reports Builder, Steelcalc also offers the facility to be able to change the default report font and the font size. To do this, we use the drop-down report selection facility. Here you will see the button Change Report Font. Click on this button to open up the Set Report Margins and Options facility. In here you will see a drop-down box that displays all the available fonts. To change from the default font, just select another one from the list. Not all fonts will work well with your reports, so please choose carefully. There is also a numeric selection box where you can select another font size. Once you have made your choice, then click on the Save and Exit button. The next time you build a report, your selected font will be used. This now concludes the basic tutorial of the Totals and Reports Builder. As you have learned, this facility offers a lot of choice and customization for you to create your own reports. In the next part of the Steelcalc Intumescence tutorial, we will learn how to use the Steelcalc Cost Adjuster. Thank you for watching this tutorial.